The 2022 NFL season was not very good for the Denver Broncos. You had a fired coach, Russell Wilson getting blasted, and an entire team that looked like they needed a reset. Well, Sean Payton came in, gave them that reset, but it looks like more of the same. Another disastrous start to the 2023 season for the Denver Broncos that was highlighted by last night. A Chiefs team that didn't look like they could move the ball all that well against this Broncos defense, which had been very bad, but this time the offense just didn't show up. And Jerry Jeudy, who should be one of their big-time wide receivers, who has not put up numbers like a big-time wide receiver, there's been a bunch of trade rumors and speculation surrounding him. All of the drama happened on the sidelines before this game even started between him and former NFL wide receiver Steve Smith. Steve Smith Sr. went off on Jerry Jeudy after confrontation before Thursday Night Football. And before we even get to these comments, how did Jerry Jeudy respond to this? After talking a bunch of shit to Steve Smith, after getting this altercation, did he go off? Did he have an incredible night? No, not exactly. Good night for Jerry Jeudy. 13 catches for 14 yards, and then lies to America when talking about Steve Smith calling him out for being average. Let's get to this thing because this happened about an hour before the game. Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. Steve Smith, it sounded like he cut a little bit of a promo down here. Listen to this thing. Steve Smith did not hold back with his pregame comments about Jerry Jeudy.
A short while ago, Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy was walking by, and Steve called out to him, and he got a different reaction.
I called out to him because on my podcast, Cut to It, I just talked about guys that maybe have not showed up in a way or in a manner. And so the word that I've used to describe him in the past was a jag, just a guy. And so when I saw him,
so this is Steve Smith is saying, hey, listen, I've been critical of Jerry Jeudy. I've talked about it on my podcast. I said, just a guy, just kind of an average dude out there, not living up to his potential. So Steve Smith wanted to make sure he talked to Jerry Jeudy about it because he's made those comments.
He's playing well. I wanted to say to him face to face, like, hey, I know I said some things in the past I probably shouldn't have, and I'm sorry. That's what I wanted to say to him. His response, Mike Robb and Bucky, was ninja.
Ninja?
Yes, I'm using the word ninja. I'm just using the word ninja. I don't mess with you. And it was a curse word. And so I was like, all right. And then he repeated it. So I'll say it again. I'm sorry that I said you were a jag, just a guy who's an average wide receiver that you use a first-round pick on that isn't doing anything. I hope today that you actually show up in a way that you haven't showed up in the last couple of years since they drafted you. So if you ever got a problem with Agent 89, I'm sorry for saying that you're an average wide receiver that they eventually will move on. And when teams call me and ask him, should they trade for you? I will say no. Don't trade for Jerry Jeudy because he's mentally unable to handle constructive criticism from people who watch specifically. Can he be a wide receiver? He could be a wide receiver. He's a tier 3. Go back into the studio. I'm done now. Thank you.
That's pretty fucking serious. Now, past couple of weeks, we've seen a couple things go viral with former players calling out current players, things like this. Steve Smith Sr., I think we all remember Steve Smith. Wasn't that long ago that he was out there in the NFL. And, he had some bangers in post-game press conferences and stuff like that on the sidelines. Ice up, son. But Steve Smith seems very fucking irritated with what Jerry Jeudy did. Very much felt disrespected by him, probably. And he did not hold back. Now, he did make other comments about why he didn't get into it with Jerry Jeudy face-to-face. He talked about how I didn't want them seeing like two black guys, about to fight or something on the sidelines. That's why I decided to address it the way that I did. But at another time in the broadcast, you see Jerry Jeudy, while Steve Smith is trying to do his stuff on the sidelines, look at him kind of being a distraction, going back there, yelling and screaming. Watch this.
He's not also as decisive as he needs to be. He needs to go ahead and make the
This is Jerry Jeudy right here coming into frame.
right decisions all the time. And so I got some tape to really show you if he can.
Like intentionally trying to disrupt Steve Smith and all this stuff. And of course, Jerry Jeudy, after a miserable performance, right? All these trade rumors, all this shit, gets shit on by Steve Smith. Everybody talking shit about his terrible night. Decides that he's not actually going to address it. He's going to ignore the question from the media after being the one to start all this drama.
Jerry, a little bit of drama before the game with Steve Smith Sr. I'm wondering what your thoughts are on that right now.
Man, that was a tough loss, man. I feel like at the end of the game, I feel like we could have got there, but they had a a good drive at the end.
Jerry, Steve Smith said he had some kind of conversation with you before the game. Did that not go well, or based on what he said on air on NFL Network?
I don't remember that. But like I said, it was a close game.
I don't remember that. Listen, this is an era in sports where you've got a lot of people that whether they try to act hard or they're trying to do stuff for social media clicks or whatever, it's a different world even than when Steve Smith was in the NFL not that long ago. He tried to make things right with Jerry Jeudy after having this discussion and saying stuff on his podcast. Jerry Jeudy didn't want to hear it. Steve Smith felt disrespected, and he put this motherfucker on blast. Just more distractions and problems for a Denver Broncos organization that after a miserable year last year needed to turn things around. It looks like they're already imploding. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.